issues are playing internationally, but that tool can just be used inward.
I mean, obviously, right? It's the internet. There's no hard national borders, and all this stuff is already out in the public. So it's a little hard to fathom that there wouldn't at least be the temptation to use it domestically.
What's the military's policy on soldiers using Twitter?
The policy right now is up for grabs, but there should be a declared policy in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. And surprisingly, the Pentagon looks to be having a fairly liberal policy when it comes to Twitter and Facebook and other social networks. There's a lot of confusion over the years about whether soldiers could use it or not. Some commands banned it, others allowed it to happen. But it looks like the Pentagon is actually going to come out with something that says, hey, look, use YouTube and use Twitter, but just do it smart.
But that has certainly during the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War now opened up a whole new level of communication that didn't exist before. Ordinary soldiers being able to get information out to their family or to people here in the United States that normally would not have happened in previous wars.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And in this period of confusion where it wasn't clear what the regulations were, a lot of times insecure commanders would sort of slap down their soldiers if they printed something that maybe was a little bit subversive or didn't quite hew to the party line. But hopefully these new regulations are going to sort that out, and you really should be able to have those soldiers take to YouTube, take to Twitter, with a great deal of freedom.
Back to what you said at the beginning, saying the uses for Visible before, Visible tracking animal rights activists' online campaigns against the company that was Hormel. I was working for Hormel. So I see here you've got trillions of dollars being spent on the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, actually right. Trillions. And it seems like it's very ripe and open money that can't be tracked can also develop the spy technology under the guise of just war.
That's true, although the Pentagon also has plenty of money to, independent of the war costs, to develop spy technology. And the intelligence agencies, remember, their budgets are largely a black box. We don't know how much they spend. And so, there's plenty of places where money for spy technology can be funded out of.
And this issue of how Hormel used Visible, now In-Q-Tel buying into it?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I don't know too much more than the fact that they used it. I don't have a lot of details. But, the way Visible works is it kind of grabs all the blogs and all the tweets out there. Then it sorts for certain keywords. It sorts for sentiment about whether things are positive or negative. And then it also sorts based on which bloggers and which tweeters are really important or not. And you can sort of see over time how a conversation develops. The technology then allows companies or the government to respond directly within a blog or within a Facebook page to those people. So who knows, the next commenter on your blog might be the CIA.
Well, we will leave it there. Noah Shachtman, I want to thank you for being with us. Noah Shachtman is a contributing editor at Wired magazine, and he's editor of Danger Room, the magazine's national security blog. And we'll link to it at democracynow.org. That does it for our broadcast. Democracy Now! Produced by Mike Burke, Shrufa Bokadus, Aaron Mate, Angelique Kamet, Steve Martinez, Nicole Salazar, Honey Massoud, and Robbie Karen. Mike DeFilippo, Miguel Noguera, and Peter Curry is our engineers. Special thanks also to Becca Staley, Nick Gilla, Hugh Grant, Samantha Chamblay, Jessel Noor, John Gerberg, John Randolph, Travis Collins, Rakan Penny, Vesta Godars, Rabia Alghani. Again, you can go to our website at democracynow.org for the video and audio podcast of today's and everyday's show, as well as the full transcript. Our headlines are also available there in Spanish. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. Thanks so much.